CD Projekt Red is gearing up for the next Cyberpunk game known as Cyberpunk ORION. So in this video we're going to be going over the brand new updates in regard to this brand new sequel, as well as diving a little bit deeper into what Orion means in the Cyberpunk universe. So let's start off with the latest update from VGC.com. CD Projekt has provided an update on its Cyberpunk 2077 sequel plans. Project Orion is on a conceptual design level right now. So the company said last September that Phantom Liberty would be the only expansion for Cyberpunk 2077, but that after its release, Project Orion would begin development at a new US-based studio called CD Projekt Red North America. Phantom Liberty launched in late September, and during an investor presentation on Thursday, CD Projekt's Chief Creative Officer Adam Badowski touched on the status of Orion and the company's plans for the game over the next year. The project is on a conceptual design level right now, and it's going to be designed by a team of veterans who are responsible for fine-tuning Cyberpunk 2077 and designing Phantom Liberty, he said. Now already that is amazing news, because right now I am playing my first ever playthrough of Cyberpunk 2077 and it is truly amazing. I stayed away from it at launch after all the bad reviews and the bugs and glitches, but from what I'm playing right now and what I've heard over the internet, people are really enjoying their time with 2077, but also Phantom Liberty is said to be one of the best DLC expansions ever made from what I've heard of other reviewers playing that game. He continues to say, "We're going to work out of North America, Vancouver and Boston locations. Team leadership are already there, and late in 2024, we're going to work with teams comprising several dozen people, while as a target, half of the developers are going to work out of northern US and the other half out of Poland." So they've got 3 major studio locations, all conceptually designing and giving ideas of what the next Cyberpunk should be. We also know that this game is moving away from the CD Projekt Red engine and is moving towards Unreal Engine 5. And not only that, The Witcher 4 and the other Witcher projects and the new IP, that's probably not even in conceptual design phase yet, are all going to be using Unreal Engine 5 too. But he also says that half of the developers are going to be working out of northern US and the other half out of Poland. So a lot of developers will be hands on deck when it comes to the next Cyberpunk sequel. Earlier in the presentation, CD Projekt Red CEO Adam Kaczynski said Cyberpunk 2077 has now cleared 25 million sales since its December 2020 release, meaning it's selling far faster than The Witcher 3 did following its release. And Chief Financial Officer Piotr Niblauskiewicz announced that the Phantom Liberty expansion sold 3 million copies in its first week of availability. CD Projekt also said a live action project based on Cyberpunk 2077 is currently in the early stages of development. So they're sticking to what they said last year during the group strategy meeting update. And not only will they be making video games, they're going to be making mobile games, TV projects, merchandise and partnership opportunities, and they really want to flesh out each of their brands from The Witcher and Cyberpunk and whatever their new brand is going to be with the new IP. I also wanted to remind you exactly what he said in regard to the Cyberpunk sequel last year.
There is a lot happening in the world of The Witcher. Now, let's jump into the dystopian future. Another project that we want to focus on is Orion. Again, it's a codename. The next Cyberpunk game that will fully unleash the potential that this universe offers. Our ambitious plans will require a lot of work, dedication, and further growth of the team. Speaking of which, I have important news to share. We are creating a new studio based in North America, next to the Molasses Flood, which will remain solely focused on Sirius. We are setting up a team in Boston that, together with our existing Vancouver-based team, will establish CDPR Red North America. This studio will be in charge of leading development of Orion. This move will enable us to fully draw upon the North American talent.
So he says that the next Cyberpunk game will fully unleash the potential that this universe offers, and I think me and a lot of people took that as him saying that what they wanted the vision to be for Cyberpunk 2077, they never really truly mastered that initial vision of the game. And I think we're definitely going to be seeing that in the next Cyberpunk game, especially when looking at their latest release in Phantom Liberty and how positive the reception was towards that DLC. It seems like they're going in the right direction already. And with the 2.0 update of Cyberpunk 2077, it seems like they've balanced the game well. They fixed AIs and UIs for the game. They fixed a lot of the bugs and glitches for the next gen systems. And the important thing to note is that the sequel for this game won't need to rely on getting a version out of the game for the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. It will be a PlayStation 5 to PlayStation 6, Xbox Series X and whatever the next Xbox is called title. And from the Xbox FTC meeting, we know that roughly the next generation of consoles will be coming in 2028. And we're already at the end of 2023 almost, so we've got about 4 years until the launch of the next generation. So perhaps the Cyberpunk sequel may only be coming to PlayStation 6 and the next Xbox. However, the potential and the power capabilities of the current Xbox and PlayStation 5 haven't even been used yet. So maybe there will also be a cross kind of generational thing with the PS5 and PS6 when it comes to the sequel of Cyberpunk 2077, because they're going to take about 4 to 5 years to make the next game roughly. But we know that the North American team is the lead studio on this game, and their sole focus will be to release Cyberpunk 2077 sequel ORION to the public, as other teams will be working on Witcher 1 Remake, Witcher 4, 5, 6 and the multiplayer Witcher game that's also in development. Okay, now let's take a little deep dive into what ORION means for the Cyberpunk universe. Now, I actually got this information from a YouTuber called Neon Knight. He made a little short about the Cyberpunk 2077 ORION's meaning. And I kind of wanted to dive into that a little bit more in this video to kind of give us an understanding of what ORION may mean for the next Cyberpunk game. So ORION is actually a corporation from the USA specializing in special ops missions and search and rescue situations in the Cyberpunk 2020 pen and paper RPG. They're considered to be an elite top tier team that specialize in extraction operations. Their promise is that they'll get your loved ones back to you within 72 hours, and they're very expensive, of 20,000 eddies in the continental US and 30,000 eddies in the Western Hemisphere. So it would be interesting to see the ORION Corporation make its debut in the sequel to Cyberpunk. But the Neon Arcade also mentioned something very interesting. He said that all the upcoming projects of CDPR all were named after stars. However, Project ORION is actually named after a constellation, which he says that could hint to this being a much larger project than those in the Witcher universe. And the fact that they're getting to work on the Cyberpunk sequel, I know it's normal for developers to work on the next game so quickly, but I really do love the fact that they will be having a dedicated team towards the Cyberpunk sequel, and all the Witcher projects and the Cyberpunk sequel will be made simultaneously. So it's going to be very interesting to see how Cyberpunk ends up looking on the Unreal Engine 5 engine, and we hope to see a lot of the cut content from Cyberpunk 2077 make its way into the Cyberpunk sequel. We should get wall running, close quarter monowire hacking, denser cities, some destructible environments, but I may talk about more of these features in a separate video. I think we can all expect getting brand new customization options, cyberware, branching story paths, but it would be interesting to see if we get a brand new protagonist for this game. And with the main campaign featuring Keanu Reeves as Johnny Silverhand and Idris Elba in the Phantom Liberty DLC, I hope that we get a top tier actor in the sequel. Even in the Edgerunners anime, we got Giancarlo Esposito as Faraday. So I hope that we get gradual updates on the ORION sequel, and I'm very excited to continue playing 2077 and then playing the Phantom Liberty DLC and then waiting for the next game from CD Projekt Red. But please let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. What do you think about the Cyberpunk 2077 sequel being in development next year? What new features and cut content from 2077 would you like to see return and debut in the sequel to Cyberpunk 2077? Please let me know in the comment section below, as I read all of your comments. Even if I don't reply to all of them straight away, I will read all of your comments. And I also want to say there was a little Easter egg in Witcher 3 for CIRI going into the world of Cyberpunk. And before the launch of 2077, I really wanted there to be an ashen-haired girl quest, and CIRI makes a cameo in Cyberpunk, and we kind of see her experience in the Cyberpunk world just for a little side quest. And I really hope we get that in the sequel to Cyberpunk 2077. Just a little thing that I really wanted in 2077, but I really hope that we get to see something like that in the sequel to Cyberpunk. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Peace out, God bless. I want to do a lot more Cyberpunk videos. I also want to do GTA 6 videos, Witcher 4 videos, Starfield, a lot more. Ghost Recon Breakpoint, Metal Gear Solid videos are already on the channel. Star Wars, brand new Star Wars games, Eclipse, Knights of the Old Republic remake. We've got updates for all of those games, so go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and check out those videos. I'll leave them in the comment section below, and also in the description, pinned comment section below, that is. And I hope to see you in my next videos. Take care, guys.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign. a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind.